I want to go ahead, and there are a couple of different areas of increased wind shear that I kind of want to highlight. So we're going to highlight that one. And then we are going to highlight this one that is literally kind of being covered by the severe thunderstorm warning box. But I want to... Both of these are within the tornado warning, but these areas of increased wind shear are just something to think about. So I want to go and I want to look here. So I noticed some really solid rotation here with this particular circle. I don't notice anything up here. We're getting different reports of trees and down power lines along Highway 36. So we're getting, what we've been getting through the course of the night and now the early part of the morning is we're getting a lot of tree damage that is then leading to structural damage. So a lot of trees that have fallen on a number of different houses. We had a report earlier that we had some trees falling onto a car, and then trees are knocking down the power. So we've got this area of rotation here, and I believe this would be Morgan County, and then here's Marshall County. You can kind of see the line there. I have this circle. I'm going to get rid of, I think I'm going to get rid of that circle, just because I want to focus on that area there. We do also have reports that a tractor trailer is overturned in Morgan County. So, tornado warning in effect for Jackson, Madison, Marshall, and Morgan. Jackson, Madison, Marshall, and Morgan. That is going to run until 1:15 this morning. Jackson, Madison, Marshall, and Morgan. Let me do this. This makes much more sense to do it this way. So this is radar indicated. We have nothing confirmed on the ground just yet. We have had no confirmed tornadoes, but we do have a tornado warning. So we're going to go back in. This is, again, Jackson, Madison, Marshall, and Morgan counties. Tornado warning. That is going to run until 1:15 a.m. Jackson, Madison, Marshall, Morgan. That tornado warning is going to run until 1:15 a.m. At the same time, we have a variety of other severe thunderstorm warnings. Severe thunderstorm warning going to run also until 1:15, and I believe it's this severe thunderstorm warning there that gets us through, also gets us through parts of Jackson County. So we're going to continue to pay close attention to this. Tornado warning, Madison, Jackson, Marshall, and Morgan counties. That's going to run until 1:15. So it is right around 12:53, so 12:51, 12:53, so we've still got another several minutes left. I want to go ahead and zoom in. Again, here's Owens Crossroads. Owens Crossroads is probably getting a lot of very heavy rain. This would be Owens Crossroads, Hampton Cove. They're probably getting a lot of very, very heavy rain. Probably getting some very gusty winds at the same time. I noticed some down here, but I've been paying attention to that area over the last couple of radar scans, and it looks like that rotation is reasonably broad. But at the same time, there is a fair amount of wind shear within this. So if you're in Owens Crossroads, I still think you need to be in your tornado safe place just because you're included in the tornado warning. But it looks like our area of interest is going to be south of Owens Crossroads. It looks like it is going to be much further south. That would be 231. Yeah, so that would be 231 and then 431. So here's 231 here. And then here is 431, and then up here is Owens Crossroads. So it looks like what we're going to be paying attention to is kind of this gap in between 231 and 431. There's a little bit of lightning there, but to be quite honest, that lightning is not all that impressive. So let's recap. Let's take it back to the radar. Let's do this, and I want the eastern part of the area. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. We are looking at a tornado warning that is in effect for Madison, Marshall, Morgan, and Jackson counties. Madison, Marshall, Morgan, and Jackson counties. That is going to run. Until 1:15. I just got another storm report that apparently a tree is on a house in the Hartselle community. So we've had a little bit of damage, a couple of different damage reports coming out of Hartselle. So looks like whether it was a tornado or just some very gusty winds, we've definitely seen a fair number of trees that have been blown over, which have then fallen on a number of power lines. And then we've also seen a little bit of structural damage there as well. So that's something I want to continue to pay attention to, because at the very least, that means these storms do have a history of producing some very, very gusty winds. So tornado warning in effect, Madison, Marshall, Morgan, and Jackson counties. That's going to run until 1:15 this morning. So we're going to continue to pay attention to this. It's right around 12:55. So we got another 20 minutes or so on this tornado warning. So tornado warning, this is radar indicated. We have nothing confirmed on the ground. Let's go back, and that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. And look at our different products. Let's take the severe thunderstorm warning banner off of there. Let's go over here like this. And then I want to try and look here kind of down towards Gunnersville. Gunnersville and Albertville are out of the tornado warning. At this point, we are well south of the Huntsville metro area. If I can zoom this in, there we go. We are now south of Owens Crossroads, would probably be the area that I'm going to pay the most attention to. And we still got this area here that's right on the east side of the highway there. It looks like we still got that area of interest that's right on the east side of 231. But I also notice another area of interest, and I will point that out to you in just a second. Okay, so we have this area of interest. This is 231, and then we have another area of interest that is a little closer to 431. So we're going to continue to pay attention to both of those. Both do come with some areas of wind shear, but the wind shear really is not all that impressive, and the wind shear has not been all that impressive as these storms have continued to move to the east. The wind shear really has been dropping off just a little bit, but we're going to continue to pay attention to it nonetheless, because I do notice on our velocity image, I notice that we are looking at a couple of different areas that I think I should be concerned about. So that's something I want to continue to pay attention to, and something I want to continue to monitor over the next couple of minutes. So we're going to continue to watch that tornado warning in effect until 1:15 this morning. So tornado warning, watching a couple of different areas. I'm going to go ahead and circle both of those for you. We have that guy there and that guy there. We're going to watch both of those. Okay. All right. So we're going to continue to watch these areas here. This is a kind of a nasty storm. The National Weather Service has mentioned that maybe there was a tornado just based simply on the number of damage reports. So that's something I think I want to pay attention to, which means we should be taking this storm here very seriously, which means we should continue to watch these two areas of rotation. The National Weather Service, I need to turn. Okay. Several reports of structural damage in Hartselle. Possible injuries. So a lot of damage reports coming out of Hartselle at this point in the morning, which means I do think we need to take this storm very, very seriously. I mean, it has a tornado warning attached to it, so regardless, we need to take it very serious. But there are a number of damage reports coming out of Hartselle. So this is a storm that we should pay very, very close attention to. We are going to... The National Weather Service here, just now as a matter of fact, has canceled the tornado warning for Jackson and Morgan counties. So now we have a tornado warning in effect for Madison and Marshall County until 1:15. So Jackson and Morgan counties no longer under the tornado warning. We are now left with Madison and Marshall. Madison and Marshall counties remain under the tornado warning until 1:15. That's the tornado warning we have right now across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Madison and Marshall counties. Tornado warning, that is going to run until 1:15 a.m. Let's zoom things out. Let's look at the Tennessee Valley as a whole. These storms are getting out of here reasonably fast. Maybe talking about a little bit of rain back across really everybody west of the I-65 corridor. But then we're looking at this line here. This line's already almost to Scottsboro. It's already almost to Stevenson. It's just about 1 o'clock. It's just after 1 o'clock in the morning. But this line continues to push through the Tennessee Valley at a rather rapid pace. So we have our tornado warning that is in effect for Madison and Marshall counties. That is going to run until 1:15 a.m. Tornado warning in effect for Madison and Marshall counties. That's going to run until 1:15 this morning. This continues to be, I believe this is still a radar indicated tornado. So we still have nothing confirmed. We're kind of guessing right now that just simply based on the number of damage reports out of Hartselle, that maybe a tornado could have passed through Hartselle. But right now, we are mainly focused on our current tornado warning in effect for Madison and Marshall County. That is going to run until 1:15 a.m. Otherwise, we have a variety of severe thunderstorm warnings. Now, there is not a whole lot of lightning associated with these storms. So that's definitely a little bit of good news. And frankly, I don't believe these storms have the same history, still producing a little bit of hail across the Alabama-Tennessee state line. But otherwise, it doesn't look like these storms have the same history of producing hail that they were when they were back across northwest Alabama, which again would also be a little bit of good news because it would be a sign that we're talking about some weakening. So let's zoom in on our tornado warning here real quick and go over here. And I want to try and zoom in a little more, see if we can get some cities pulled up. So let's zoom in a little more on our tornado warning. There we go. Well, we're getting Owens Crossroads. We've already kind of established Owens Crossroads. As a matter of fact, if you're in Owens Crossroads, you are probably in the clear at this point. I could confidently say that. You're now on the back end of the worst part. So if you're in Owens Crossroads, you are probably in the clear. We're looking at Grant right now. Grant, you would be next. If you're in Grant, you might need to seek shelter. As a matter of fact, you should be seeking shelter because you are included in the tornado warning. So if you're in Grant, you need to be seeking shelter because you are included in that tornado warning. So that's something that we want to. Flint City Police Department in Morgan County is reporting several buildings damaged. So we're getting a lot of reports of structural damage in a lot of various locations in Morgan County. So that's something I think we should be very mindful of because this here, this is the storm that would have done that. So this damage report that I have says the Flint City Police in Morgan County are reporting several buildings damaged. And then I've got another report here of different bouts of structural damage. A report of a tornado on the ground. I want to zoom in. Okay, so let's look at our tornado warning here. I want to look at our wind shear. So if there is something, it would probably be, okay, so let's circle that, and this would be right around Grant. If you're in Grant, you need to get to your tornado safe place. I notice a couple of anomalies here, but it's not enough to make me think that there is a tornado on the ground. I do think there could be something here just to the west of Grant, just to the east of Highway 431. To the east of Highway 431, to the west of Grant, I think we need to pay attention to this area. Let's go back over to our shear rate. I'm waiting on the radar scan to update. It looks like it just updated. No, it didn't. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be focused on this area here. I want to try and zoom in on this a little bit. Okay, that worked. Make sure I take that off. So look here. So this would be right around Hebron, Bucksnort, and Humpton. This would be the area that we are talking about. So we have a new tornado warning for DeKalb, Jackson, and Marshall counties. That's going to run until 1:45. Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall County. Brand new tornado warning, Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties. Now this is a tornado observed tag, which means within this storm, a tornado has been observed. And I would bet that we're looking at this area right here. If you're in Bucksnort, you need to be in your tornado safe place. If you're in Humpton, you need to be in your tornado safe place because at this point, we're talking about a tornado observed. So a tornado has been observed, and so this is something that we need to take very, very seriously. So we're going to continue to watch this for the next several minutes, but this is going to run until 1:45. Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties brand new tornado warning. That is going to run until 1:45 a.m. I am just checking Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties. So I want to zoom things out just for a quick second. I'm going to do this and do this. So Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties, tornado warning in effect until 1:45. It is right around 1:08. We are getting close to 10 after 1. And so we've still got about another 40 minutes. So now we have transitioned to our purple box for Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties. Why have we transitioned to our purple box? Well, a purple box is used when we're talking about an observed tornado. So a tornado has been observed. Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties, a confirmed tornado. So this is something that we're now going to watch very, very closely. This is something that we're going to take very, very seriously. And we're going to take off the one circle. And let's zoom in here. So if you're in Grant, you need to be in your tornado safe place. We're talking about a confirmed tornado. If you are in Grant, as a matter of fact, if you are east of Grant, you need to be in your tornado safe place. Okay, so here's Woodville, Gurley, Owens Crossroads. Those locations are in the clear. Gurley, Woodville, Owens Crossroads, even Gunnersville is going to be in the clear here. What we're talking about is Grant. So if you're in Grant, you need to be in your tornado safe place. And here's what I'm going to try and do. I want to try and draw a track on this. How fast is this storm moving? This storm is moving directly to the east at about 60 miles per hour. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take this here, and then we're going to drag this out. All right, if you see your list, your name in the list of cities you need to get into your tornado safe place, New Hope now. Section in the next 7 minutes, Dutton in the next 10 minutes. We're talking about Rock City in the next 12 minutes, Sylvania in the next 18 minutes, Shiloh in the next 19 minutes, and then getting into Lakewood in the next 28 minutes. So again, if you heard your city or if you see your city on the list, you need to get into your tornado safe place immediately, because we are talking about a tornado that has been confirmed on the ground. New Hope, Langston, you need to be getting into your tornado safe place. We are talking about this dangerous storm impacting you right now. There is a lot of very impressive wind shear here. You can see this, these brighter greens getting into some of these darker reds. We're talking about a lot of very impressive wind shear. So if you are in New Hope, if you're in Langston, if you're in Dutton, you need to be in your tornado safe place. Even if you're in Sylvania, you need to be in your tornado safe place. If you're in Rainsville, again, need to be in your tornado safe place. I know it sounds redundant. It kind of sounds like I'm repeating myself, but I need you to do that. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground. We have a confirmed tornado on the ground. Tornado warning is going to run until 1:45 this morning. Langston, you have just a couple of minutes to get to your tornado safe place. You need to be there already, honestly. 3 minutes. Section in 6 minutes. Dutton in 9 minutes. Rock City in 11 minutes. We got Bellevue also in 11 minutes. Sylvania in 17 minutes. We can continue to go down the list here. We got Shiloh in 18 minutes. We got Rainsville in 18 minutes. Plainview in 20 minutes. New Home, 21 minutes. Hammondville, 26. And then Lakewood in the next 26 minutes. So we are talking about a confirmed tornado. So this is something that is a very dangerous situation. We're looking at this area right here. That's where our wind shear is going to align. At the same time, we're talking about some very heavy rain. The one thing we're not picking up on here is we're not picking up on a lot of lightning. So that's a little bit of good news, but at the same time, that doesn't necessarily matter at this point, since we are talking about a confirmed tornado. Again, New Hope, Langston, Dutton, this is a confirmed tornado. So if you're in any of those locations, you need to be getting into your tornado safe place. The National Weather Service is going to go ahead and expire the tornado warning for Madison and Marshall counties. So it looks like we're just talking about Jackson and DeKalb counties at this point for our tornado warning. So Madison and Marshall counties have been taken out of the tornado warning, and at this point it looks like we'd just be talking about Jackson and DeKalb County. Again, this is a confirmed tornado. So we have a confirmed tornado that at least at some point was on the ground, hence the purple box. The purple box is only used when we're talking about a confirmed tornado. So a confirmed tornado warning for Jackson County, and that's going to get us until 1:45 this morning. So confirmed tornado, Jackson and DeKalb County. That's going to get us until 1:45 this morning. We're talking about quite a bit of wind shear here. And you can really see this. I'll go ahead and circle it. Now, this storm is moving quickly. It's moving quickly to the east at about 60 miles an hour. So this storm isn't sticking around very long, but this storm has the potential to be very, very dangerous, just because we are talking about a confirmed tornado. So a tornado warning is currently in effect for Jackson and DeKalb counties. That tornado warning is going to run until 1:45 this morning. I am just getting myself a little more water. So, tornado warning in effect for Jackson and DeKalb counties until 1:45. So that's our purple box here. Jackson and DeKalb counties until 1:45. And again, this is a tornado observed. That means if you are in Henniger, Sylvania, Rainsville, you need to be getting into your tornado safe place, because we are talking about a confirmed tornado. So again, Henniger, Sylvania, Rainsville, you need to be getting into your tornado safe place, because this is a confirmed tornado. I don't know if there's anything still on the ground. I can look at our correlation coefficient product here. And this kind of gets to be a jumbled up mess here over in northeast Alabama. But what I can tell you is that a tornado has been observed. So this is something we're going to continue to pay very, very close attention to here over the next several minutes. Again, if you are in Henniger, if you're in Sylvania, if you're in Rainsville, you really need to be getting into your tornado safe place if you're not there already, and you should be there already. This storm moving very, very quickly to the east at about 60 miles per hour. So I can pull this out. And then we can kind of go through these cities. Look at this. We can go through Langston 1 minute, Section 2 minutes, Hodge, Dutton 2-4. Look at, just updated Langston right now. Rock City over the next 7 minutes. Again, if you see your city in this list, you need to be getting into your tornado safe place, because we are talking about a confirmed tornado on the ground. Or we are at least talking about a confirmed tornado. I have no word if there is still a tornado on the ground. I've been trying to watch, and I don't see anything. I knew at one point we had one back towards Grant. We were watching that one. We were watching that one together. If there's a tornado, it's going to be right in here. It's going to be right in this area of increased wind shear. If there is a tornado on the ground, it is going to be right here, which means if you're in Langston and you're not in your safety place, you need to be there. Like, you need to be there right now, because we're talking about the potential for a very dangerous situation. Dutton, if you're in Dutton, you need to be in your tornado safe place, because again, we're potentially talking about a very, very dangerous situation. So this is something we're going to continue to pay very, very, very close attention to, because we're talking about a confirmed tornado. So again, if you see your city in the list here, section right now, Dutton in the next 3 minutes, Sylvania in the next 12 minutes, Rainsville in the next 14 minutes, Valley Head over the next 22 minutes. Now, technically, Valley Head is outside of our tornado warning. Here's our confirmed tornado warning. You can kind of see the purple box. Technically, Valley Head is outside of our tornado warning, but if you're in Valley Head, you need to be in your tornado safe place. It looks like this is just brand new as of like less than 30 seconds ago. The National Weather Service, and this might be a separate, this looks like it could be a separate tornado warning for Jackson and DeKalb County. I'm thinking we might have two different tornado warnings, both of which are going to expire at 1:45. So we have this tornado warning here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. We're going to get rid of all of that just for now. So we have this tornado warning here, but I have a feeling we're talking about this tornado warning here. So this is a brand new tornado warning, and we're just going with the standard tornado warning this time around. So we do have a brand new tornado warning that has been issued for Jackson and DeKalb County. That is going to run until 1:45. And this is basically going to pull us to the Alabama-Georgia state line. So brand new tornado warning in effect. You can see the red box here for Jackson and DeKalb County. That is going to run until 1:45. We do not have the tornado observed tag anymore. I would anticipate that that box is going to go away somewhat soon. But we have a brand new tornado warning that has been issued. So it looks like, okay, so it looks like I was right. We do have two different, I'm going to take this box off of here. So it looks like we have we're running two different tornado warnings, all of which involve this line here. Okay, so we're looking at this area of incredibly impressive wind shear. So we have one tornado warning here, and then we have another tornado warning, and both of these look like they're going to run until 1:45. So two different tornado warnings, and it looks like both of which are going to run until 1:45. So two different tornado warnings, both of which are going to run until 1:45. So we had the confirmed tornado warning, and I think that's still, that is still in place. But we're going to stick with you for the life of these two tornado warnings. We're going to continue the tornado observed tornado warning for Jackson and DeKalb until 1:45. And then we also have the other tornado warning for Jackson and DeKalb until 1:45. So we have this tornado warning here, and then we have this tornado warning here. Both tornado warnings are in effect for Jackson and DeKalb counties, and both of these tornado warnings are going to run until 1:45 this morning. It is right around 1:22, so we've still got a couple of minutes here with these tornado warnings. but we're going to continue to pay very, very close attention to them. So, tornado warnings in effect for Jackson and DeKalb County, and both of those tornado warnings are going to run until, that's not what I wanted to do. Both of those tornado warnings are going to run until 1:45. And these are the only 2 tornado warnings we currently have across North Alabama and southern Middle Tennessee. I want to continue to watch these. I want to continue to focus on them. The velocity imagery is looking kind of messy at this point, honestly. I don't like what either of them is showing me at this point. So the good news here is that we are very quickly approaching the Alabama-Georgia state line. So what we're going to continue to watch is the wind shear. That's what I want to continue to pay attention to. So we've trimmed back this tornado warning quite a bit. We're still going to focus on the fact that we have 2 tornado warnings in effect for Jackson and DeKalb County, and those are going to run until 1:45. So 2 tornado warnings, both of which are in effect for Jackson and DeKalb counties, both of which are going to run until 1:45 this morning. So it would also appear that our tornadoes warning, both of our storms are moving at about 50 miles per hour. So they don't have very long to go. I can attempt to draw this out. This might look like a lot. There we go. Okay, so we kind of just picked and chose here. Rock City in the next 1 minute, Rosalie in the next 7 minutes, Sylvania over the next 7 minutes, Henniger in the next 7 minutes, and then we're getting to Rogers in the next 17 minutes. Now, Rogers and Valley Head, they're about the extent of North Alabama, Mentone, of course, in the next 22 minutes. So here's the Alabama-Georgia state line, and then here's our storms back here. So we're getting to the end. We are slowly but surely getting to the end. And these storms have moved through the Tennessee Valley with a level of speed, which is, I suppose, a little bit of good news because we probably haven't been talking about a big flooding concern. But we're going to continue to watch this line here. This line does come with a lot of very impressive wind shear. So that's something we're going to continue to watch because, well, there's no confirmed tornado with this warning, but we're still running the confirmed with that warning down there, both of which are for Jackson and DeKalb counties. So we're going to continue to watch the tornado warnings in effect for Jackson and DeKalb counties, both of which are going to run until 1:45 this morning. So again, we're going to run both tornado warnings until 1:45 this morning, and hopefully that would then be the end. We're continuing to clear counties from our tornado watch. Madison and Morgan counties have been cleared from the tornado watch. So at this point, I believe it's just Jackson, DeKalb, Marshall, and Coleman counties. Those are the only folks still sitting under the tornado watch. And for good reason, too. We still have the tornado warning that is in effect. As a matter of fact, the National Weather Service has just gone ahead and issued a new tornado warning, and it looks like this one is going to run until 2 o'clock for Jackson and DeKalb County. So it's right around 1:30, and it looks like this tornado warning is going to run until 2 o'clock a.m., which again would probably get us to the Alabama-Georgia state line. So the National Weather Service has just gone ahead and chosen to really kind of continue the tornado warning unless they issued it up there, but I don't think they would have done that. So we're going to continue to watch this, and we're going to continue to watch it very, very closely. Again, the National Weather Service has gone ahead and continued the tornado warning, and they're going to run that tornado warning until 2 o'clock a.m. So again, tornado warning now in effect for Jackson and DeKalb counties. That tornado warning is going to run until 2 o'clock a.m. These are radar indicated. At this point, I don't believe we're talking about the observed tornado anymore. I do know we still have the box there, so it's something we still need to take very seriously. Again, if you're in Sylvania, you really need to be getting into your tornado safe place. Henniger, again, tornado safe place. Eider, again, tornado safe place. We're talking about a lot of very impressive wind shear here. And that's been the big takeaway, because I don't like how the velocity imagery looks. It's just not all that impressive to me. We are still talking about the very, very heavy rain. So if we are talking about a tornado, we would be talking about a rain-wrapped tornado. So here's what we're looking at. We're looking at this line here, and we've been focused on our wind shear because it's been the best product so far to tell us what exactly we are looking at. So we're looking here. Again, if you're in Henniger, you really need to be getting into your tornado safe place, because it looks like this storm is knocking on your door. The same goes for Eider. If you're in Eider, Henniger, or Sylvania, you really need to be getting into your tornado safe place. The radar scan just updated, and we are really pulling these storms into those communities.